What's good, man? We got inside South Dakota's most dangerous hood. That's what we getting into right now. If you new, make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, man. And if you're not, welcome back, gang. Let's get straight into this. I'm live right now too, so click the links down below to watch me live.
In the last week.
In the last few years, the Rapid City Police Department has seen an uptick in violent crimes.
He basically said, hey, I'm coming back. I'm shooting up this whole show. I had to pick my brother up after he got shot, you know?
I never planned to be 50 years old, ever. I thought I would be passed away way before that, you know?
My daughter, you know, supposedly she was accidentally shot by.
You know what's crazy though is a lot of people mindset be like that though. A lot of people think that should be random, but a lot of people be like, I know I'm gonna end up doing 20, 30 years or I'm gonna be dead in jail. You know what I'm saying?
Another guy.
It be people reality, especially depending on what type of life you living. And you know the outcome.
At first, you might guess that South Dakota is a very safe place, and that's up for debate. Nationally, it's actually ranked somewhere in the middle, and it's more dangerous than states like Kentucky, Florida, and Illinois. Now, for most South Dakota citizens, it is
come on, man. Now, you ain't have to throw my state in there,
reasonably
bro.
safe. But if you are a Native American man, it's a different story altogether. You see, Rapid City is South Dakota's most dangerous city, and Pine Ridge is the most dangerous reservation. And together, these two share kind of a strange relationship. It's kind of like Chicago and Rockford, where you have gangsters going back and forth to flee from the law. And in Rapid City, shooting has been on the rise, and most of it is tied to Native gang activity. And here's another interesting fact about South Dakota. It is arguably the most incarcerated.
What is that, like Native disciples or something? What is that?
State in the country. Some estimates say that up to 7 out of 10 Native men will serve at least once in jail or prison. And although Natives make up only 9% of the state population, they make up nearly half of the prison and jail population. To investigate this further, we head to Rapid City and we dig into the trends of violence and incarceration. We meet with guys like Eric, a man who has served decades in prison and now is out advocating to stop the cycle. Vinny, a local rapper whose brother was killed at one of his recent shows. And of course, to really get into the mud, we make a stop at a local trap house. Join us as we go boots on the ground in South Dakota.
You know, Tommy always gotta go to the hood, bro. I swear, Tommy is like a real nigga, bro. I swear, every time I go out of state somewhere, I always gotta visit. Like, if it's a rapper state, I always gotta visit somebody's hood, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Dakota.
I go to Atlanta, I gotta visit the apartments.
New shirt dropped on the site, low key in the front, big dogs gotta eat, and busy in the back. If you want to be one of the first to get your hands on this shirt, link is in the description, and rep the channel. And now, back to the video.
That was kind of tough.
When I see these young men, I see potential in them. I see something that they could become, and I see the gang lifestyle is mostly just taken away from what they could become. What needs to happen for kids that grow up in an area like this to say, I want to be an engineer or a doctor, or I want to run my own landscaping business, rather than I want to shoot somebody that's a lot like me that just happens to live in a slightly different part of my neighborhood. I don't know if we'll ever find that answer, but that's...
It's the money aspect, bro. It's no resources in the hood. Like, in these like impoverished areas, these low income areas, it's not that many opportunities. You might have like a basketball court somewhere. Come on now, realistically, ain't too many people making it to the basketball league. Like, I didn't see people that's 6'9" be walking around in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a lot of hard work and dedication. Some people ain't. Some people, and sometimes it might not be people passion for real. Some people might be like web designers, or some people might be track and field. Like, we don't have that stuff in the hood, bro, for real. Like programs and stuff. You would have to drive out the hood to get programs and stuff like that. And everybody, mamas and parents and stuff, can't afford cars because bills and stuff. Like, you know, that's a lot of stuff that comes into play.
That we're on this channel. We're gonna dive into the most dangerous city in South Dakota. Buckle up, it's gonna be a ride. Tell us where we are right now.
We in Dakota Homes right now, this deep north, you know what I'm saying? Deep north side. It's a little dilapidated, etc., but there's a lot of love in the area, you know what I'm saying?
This ghettoest part of town right here, man.
Yeah?
It's our own little world over here, you know? Because it's like, even though we're so close to everything else, you can go right down the street and see business districts and shit like that. It's its own entity over here, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, so what goes down around here?
Drugs, you know what I'm saying? A lot of, and the dealings that come with that.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? As far as robberies, as far as, you know what I'm saying, killings over little bullshit.
It be territory and money, bro. If a certain territory make a lot of money, everybody want to go there. And you got to be welcomed over there to go over there. If you're not welcome, you might as well just You feel me?
You know, an ounce of weed and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Somebody die over it. So it's like.
Do you guys know someone that have died over an ounce of weed?
There's a quad, bro.
Yes.
Over an ounce of weed?
7 grams.
It wasn't
7
even an
grams.
ounce, it was a couple.
A quad,
it was like
dude?
5
Do you guys
Yeah.
call it a quad around here?
Yeah. Yeah.
I picked up.
That's funny as hell. That's
many
not funny, but
quads in my
damn.
day. Never have I ever thought about I was gonna die over it.
Dude didn't expect that night either, you know what I'm saying? I went to prison for possession of marijuana. It was my first charge I've ever caught in my life. The judge was just a little hard on me, you know?
How long did you serve for marijuana?
He gave me 6 years and suspended 5 of it. So
Bro, what? But how much weed you got caught with? That's what the thing is. Could have been like a pound or some shit. You know, people be depending on the amount, but man, that's crazy.
Yes,
6 years.
for possession of
How
marijuana.
much marijuana are we talking?
It was a pound, you know what I'm saying? So
You see what I'm saying?
my charge was possession of 1 to 10 pounds. So it didn't matter if I had 1 pound or 9.5.
What they doing is they looked at your, probably, I don't know if you had these tattoos or some shit, but they looked at your ethnicity and they was like, a lot of these motherfuckers go to jail for this, that, and the third, this, that, and the fourth, and then they just bunched you with everybody else, bro. That's how they be doing that shit.
Was that technically a felony then?
Yes, it is. At the time, that was a different time of my life, and I was, you know, playing loud music, drinking, driving, doing the most, you know, being
dumb, young and dumb.
With it.
So you got pulled over in a DWI type of situation, and then they searched the car for weed?
They smelled weed immediately. I just, like I said,
were you chiefing it big time?
Yeah,
Okay.
I was smoking when they pulled me over. I tried to play it off. I tried to give them my blunt piece and be like, "This all I have, sir." You know, they weren't going for that though. So.
Did that seem absurd that you could be put in a cage for weed?
Yes, sir. Dude, it changed the course of my life.
That's the craziest shit ever. Something that it's like going to, like, I don't know, like, cause you can grow it yourself. It was like getting arrested for growing grapes or some shit. Like, what if it wasn't in your system, you just smell it? And I just got a bag of damn, you know what I'm saying?
Life.
That's crazy.
You know, I had a very practical outlook on life in general. I was a real normal kid. I played sports. I wanted to be a nurse, you know? So it's like that,
Can you no longer work for a hospital now?
No, I couldn't get a job in Walmart once I got out of prison.
You can't even get a job in Walmart?
No, I was trying to show my little brother a different way, you know, like the lifestyle that we had got into, it was based off circumstance. And that's my history in Rapid City, essentially. A lot of people know me out here for like sports and stuff, but like
What'd you play?
I played football, basketball, I ran track, you know.
We head next to I Am Legacy, an organization focused on...
Damn. They got them shits. We ain't got a lot of that in your
empowering
DNA out
Native
here.
people and helping ex-cons rebuild their lives. Founder Eric Brainswhite invited us to a
Depending on what
roundtable
hood you from,
discussion
though.
led by former inmates to tackle the tough issue of incarceration among Native men.
Like, you can't tell by looking at me or anything, you know, but I used to do the gang thing. And
if I was a Hollywood movie...
Did he just say you probably can't tell? Did he just say you probably can't tell? No, the fuck he
To
didn't,
tackle
bro.
the tough
Nigga,
issue
we
of
can tell.
incarceration among Native men.
Nigga, we can tell. You got all this tatted. What the fuck?
like, you can't tell by looking at me or anything, you know.
Nigga tatted here, nigga tatted there. What the fuck?
I
We
used
can
to do the
tell.
gang thing. And
If I was a Hollywood movie director looking for the role of, like, scary guy in the cell, you'd be like, oh, this is the guy we want, for sure.
yeah. I left everything I've ever known in my life that I was good at and entered a life where I didn't know anything. I changed. Yeah, I never planned to be 50 years old ever. I thought I would be, pass away way before that, you know. The younger you experience these violent things, it increases.
It increases because you get so normalized with it. You be like, damn, like, you gotta think about it. When I was young, I seen somebody die like around 8. I was like 7, 8 at the time, maybe younger than that. I seen somebody die. And then I done seen people get shot, a whole bunch of other stuff. So you start getting numb to seeing the stuff. And it's like, oh, this shit like normal down there. Not normal, but it's like, you know, it is what it is.
This is the likelihood of you repeating them in this community. That's why we focus on the youth.
That picture was raw.
But one of the things that to help these guys, you know, kind of redirect their aggression a little bit.
Yeah.
So
Little
you come
boxing
here,
gym,
tire them out a little bit.
little workout.
Put them on the weight. Healthy choices.
Yeah.
Healthy options. We also do drug court. This is where we offer AA, NA, things like that in here. And we know about that life. We've been there. That's why we care. And there is a way out. We found it. And that's all we're trying to show these young brothers.
I see your shirt, Healing with Conviction. What does that mean to you?
That I'm coming with the truth. You know, I've lived it, been there, done that, and went through a lot of the struggles here. So I'm trying to heal with that conviction, and also with, you know, me being incarcerated as well. I was 18 years old. I shot at some people here in town, and at age 18, I was sentenced to 12 years in the South Dakota State Penitentiary. They shot at my family. Drove around, looked for them, found them, and 4th of July, 1996, I retaliated.
You have the most gangster.
And they shot at his family. What y'all wanted to do? Like, damn, now you a bitch ass nigga to your family if you don't do nothing. What you want to do? Call the police? Now you're a bitch ass nigga to your family in the hood, nigga. So now y'all gotta move. What the fuck?
Hello Kitty tattoo I think I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, so
Can you tell me about that?
So I have a special needs daughter.
Okay.
So a lot of this is for her, you know. So like I have the wheelchair there for her. She loves Mickey Mouse. The don't count the days, make the days count. When we found out that she has a rare brain disorder, they told us she wouldn't see her first birthday. So we marked the date when we were told that. And
that was in 2011?
Yeah, grateful today she's 13. My first son.
Bro, I was finna cry, bro. Damn, that's amazing.
I wasn't there, incarcerated. I missed his birth, and you know, just wasn't in the relationship, you know, there. And meet my wife, and with Alejandra, our daughter with special needs, I learned to embrace that, you know, I needed to fully protect her.
Relax.
For me, quitting drinking is what helped.
A lot of times, bro, women and children save a lot of niggas, bro. Women and a good girl is gonna, you feel me, get in your ear, convince you to stop doing dumb shit. And then usually when you have a kid, bro, you try to protect and provide for your kid, bro. You don't want to be sitting in jail, like you said, on your kids' birthdays and holidays. You missing all this important stuff with your kid, bro.
To be able to get up, if she's having seizures, to be able to get up, you know, at a drop of a hat to assist her or assist my wife in her cares.
For me, it was the murder of my brother. He was down there at the Teddy Sports Bar and he was shot and killed. Calling me and asking me to come hang out with him at the bar, and I went down there to go see what he was doing. And as I was walking towards him, I heard a gunshot go off, and then my cousins told me it was my brother, my little brother, and it's just, ever since then, after the past 3 years, I've just been getting incarcerated in and out of jail. I'm using my past as a tool to help better these children.
Cause man, sometimes that rage be too much, bro. Man, that's sad, bro.
Teach old dog new tricks, but we can save these kids. And by saving these kids, we can save this community.
Did about 18 years in prison.
That's a long time.
Where I grew up, Dakota homes, in the hood out here. It was kind of almost like an expectation at some point. You know, hey, you might end up going to prison. You know, from our neighborhood, is drug and alcohol related. Every single felony, every single charge.
So non-violent offender?
Non-violent, all non-violent. I'm a 9-time felon.
Yeah.
What brings you here?
I'm the youth navigator now.
How'd you get here though?
In 6th grade, I got in some trouble at school. You know, Eric used to be the diversion coordinator here in Pennington County, so I was his first ever youth to go to Legacy.
What'd you get into as a 6th grader?
A fight. This little kid called me a name. And I have gay uncles. It was a gay slur.
I think I can guess what you're thinking of.
Yeah, and I reached in my locker to grab my backpack, and he slammed the locker door closed on my hand. I reached up with my left hand, and I slammed his face against the locker, and I grabbed him up.
What? I would have beat him to sleep with all type of math books, science books. Nigga, don't slam my hand in the lock, nigga, what?
By his backpack straps and threw him across the hallway. I started kicking him while he was on the ground, and that's how I met Eric, and I've been coming back ever since. I was like 11 or 12.
Now he's 16.
That's growth, man, because he'd have been fucked up.
Good to meet you. Good to meet you.
I'm not gonna lie, bro, like my attitude be fucked sometime, bro. So just, I can just imagine the rage I'm having because I'm in pain because something you did to me and not me, what? Well, I would have went crazy.
What's happening, bro? Hey, man.
I'd have caught a charge in school, bro.
How you doing? All right. It's good to see you, man. Hell yeah. Yeah, we Legacy. We're deep up there, the homies.
Yeah.
We got everybody from
every clique in town.
I respect that for sure, because there's a lot of people that, you know what I'm saying, older folks that lead the youth astray.
I feel you, bro.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like they don't know no better when they're that young.
Nah,
like
man.
we grow up in the shit we see, like we think it's normal, you feel me? Then you grow up and you have your own mind now, and it's
you know
like,
what? I want you guys to know how important you are to our people, man.
Word.
We don't need you wasting your lives on dumb shit, man.
Word.
You know what I mean? Don't get caught up doing dumb shit, man. But statistics say.
Put your time into that.
Absolutely, man.
Yes,
right there.
Yeah,
right there, man.
What does that mean?
For your sacrifice.
Hey, tell them what it means.
Tell them what that means.
No, it's from Sundance.
Ceremony.
Oh, where you put the
Seriously.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Sundance ceremony is basically a women's appreciation ceremony. We're showing appreciation to the women because the women get their blood every month in like Queens of Sleep. That's our way of cleaning sleep. Even going into Ilipi. Ilipi stands for a sweat lodge. You go in there and pray. You're going in there to be cleansed, you know, cleanse everything you be doing out here. You know, all those gangs and drugs out here because there's not much opportunities for youth out here.
That is another factor.
You, bro.
Oh, this is my little brother.
Is it?
He passed away in 2022.
I heard about that, bro.
Yeah,
Sorry, man.
He passed away in 2022 due to gun violence. That was our first show we ever were gonna have in Eagle Butte. It was gonna be a great turnout, you know. There was nothing but unchies and kids out there. There's free food, you know. Like you never really see like 50 people out there for the openers, but that first person I was out there, there's like 50 plus people showing love, you know. We were gonna go on last, and there was a boy that was threatening to shoot the show months before, and we didn't really take it serious, you know. We didn't even reply to his threats or anything like that, but it came down to the day of the show, 90-degree weather, and he's in the crowd with the same bag on that he's showing his gun on Snapchat every day, and with a mask on in 90-degree weather, you know. So I came and I tried to speak with him because
bro, I will never trust nobody with a shiesty on and it's hot as hell outside, bro. If I can't see your face and it's hot as hell outside, bro, I can't trust you. Cause why the fuck I can't see your face, nigga? Ah,
know what
nah.
he was saying, and when I came and tried to talk to him, he got real abrasive and was like, "Why are you trying to check me? Get away from me!" Boom. And I'm like, "Look, man," and I grabbed his bag and I pulled it to me. I felt his gun, and I said, "What are you doing here? Why are you here?" But he's like, "Just get off me, get away from my bag. I don't want to freak everybody out and be like, hey, he got a gun." So whenever the security comes up to me, I say, "Hey, man, he has a gun." He's like, "Are you sure?" I'm like, "Yeah, I felt it." So he tried to escort dude away. Dude basically said, "Hey, I'm coming back. I'm shooting up this whole show." I look around, like I said, there's nothing but elders and kids, you know. My family's come all the way from Colorado to come see us. I'm like, we got to do something, and that's what the dude.
You got to be careful saying stuff like this, though. I mean, he could be trying to like clean his slate, like that ain't really what happened. Like he could have ran up, you know, roughed him up, slapped him up, type shit. Security kicked him out, but
he's like, "Please stop."
It kind of looked like he almost snitching a little bit, and I know in the hood that shit be frowned upon. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, dude got a gun, kick him out, type shit.
There's police around there and everything. The police didn't do shit. I had to pick my brother up after he got shot. You know, that's another.
Yeah, police, man. I'm telling you, they don't be doing their job, bro. Because if you was around to protect and serve, you wouldn't need a witness.
Just testament as far as where we don't really rely on the police, you know. That's vigilantes. Like the definition of a vigilante is somebody that gets justice by their own means, but while not involving the law. And it's that bottom line that they don't look out for us.
And a lot of people from the hood be feeling like they vigilantes when they go do that stuff. You know what I'm saying? You kill somebody, you kill my brother, cousin, whatever. You know, not mine, but I'm just saying like a person from the hood mentality. And okay, boom. Couple days go by, everybody, you know, the other side is, oh, F this nigga, F that nigga, you know what I'm saying? They going back and forth. And the police don't get a lead. They ain't looking like they not calling your family saying that they looking for the person, they doing their checkups and all that other stuff. You like, okay, babe, I know who did it. I'm finna go. You feel me? I'm finna go on here, go handle this, and then I'll come back home. It be like that.
Protect and serve. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, when my brother got killed, I had to pick him up. I had to everything, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
You need to come see us, man, because I got some opportunities for you, man.
Yeah?
Hey, I lost my little brother, too. He got shot and killed down at the Teddy Sports Bar.
Oh, word. Hey, bro.
Yeah,
hey, rest his soul, bro. That's what I'm saying. That shit like that rocks the city.
Hey, this happened to every generation, though. When I was a youngster, my best homie got shot in the face at my house right up the hill right here, man.
Word.
In the hood, you know, it changed us forever, man.
So police will come through here, etc., but they're not too quick to. It's in a suburban area on the west side or something. Something goes down, they're there like that. Why do you think that is?
Because we're disposable.
Yeah.
Exactly, bro. And then sometimes they be like red district in certain places. Like, man, you know, go there on your own. You know what I'm saying? Or before you go, make sure you got backup just in case something is going on. So sometimes they just don't go, and sometimes they not don't go, but they not in a hurry to go because they need backup to go.
All we get is each other.
Is it Rapid City PD or native police that is in this area?
Rapid City, there ain't no natives on the RP.
There's no natives on the Rapid City police force? What percentage of the city is native?
At least a quarter.
Yeah.
You can't be in the position where someone abuses it with their power, and you can't be in the position where you abuse someone with the power that you're given. Because you can be kind, but never try to be submissive. And you can be strong, but you can never be cruel.
We have a present for you, Vinny. Big dog's got to eat.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Welcome to my gang. You know what I mean?
Hey, yes, sir. I was born with, but that's another story for the poor kids who always wanted some Jordans. Mamas couldn't afford them. Now they out there on the corner with drama from law enforcement. I could tell you about the horrors of wishing you was aborted. But since this life is a game, you ain't finna see me forfeit. I'm winning till I can't play, but even then I be scoring. There's some shit that's more important than them hoes that's gonna be swarming once they find out you recorded. Where are them hoes before then, huh?
Facts. Where y'all was at when I was shooting in the gym, Liberty Beach?
We're coming up to a grief meeting for moms that have lost sons to the street, I presume. This is gonna be kind of a tough conversation. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
How are you doing?
Good.
So we're covering sort of the streets, the gang life, and also just gun violence at a young age. What have you seen as a mom in Rapid City?
I've seen a lot of violence and a lot of killings. Not so much when I was growing up. There was, you know, here and there, nothing like today.
You think it's worse now?
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
There wasn't as much guns back when we were growing up at all.
And that chart was crazy though.
Okay.
There wasn't as much guns back when we were growing up at all.
That chart shot up.
You know, everybody has a gun these days.
Are the guns
That's
in South
true.
Dakota and the hood, are a lot of them legal or illegal guns? You guys know?
Illegal.
Both.
Yeah, well now they made it easy
Both.
to get guns, so, you know, both, yeah, I would say.
I guess, so what, are there any stories that can illustrate, you know, what you've seen or what you've heard in the area that talk about gun violence and things
Both
like
of my children died from a gun. My son always had a gun. My older son, he always carried a gun. He's not anymore. He's 31 and a dad now.
What brought him out of the gang life?
His kids.
Now,
I just said this early in the video. A good girl will talk your ear off and get you out them streets, and a kid will sit you down. For most men, the boy's gonna be like, man, I got a girl, I got a kid, whatever. My boys need me. You know what I'm saying? Them little boy, that's a little boy mentality. Once you get a kid and you get the family, bro, it changes your mentality and your outlook. Cause you just not living for you no more. You living for your family, so it's different.
really attractive for a young man, right? Why do you think that is? And do you think it actually brings any benefit to their life?
I have my oldest son who I kept in every sport available. He didn't have time to do any of that stuff. But as soon as he hit high school, and that attraction was just immediate. You know, he started then missing school and then running and getting in trouble. Whereas with CJ, he was kind of, you know, I moved to Mitchell, moved all my kids there, they gradually came back here, they didn't like it there. So he was around it all the time, and to me it seems like he kind of just, you know, he still got his fights and ran around, but, you know, he wasn't kept from it like I did with my older son. And I feel like he kind of, you know, kept himself out of trouble, although, you know, ultimately he died from suicide. And then,
That's tough, bro. And that's another thing a lot of people don't talk about, bro. It be a lot of suicides going on, like in the hood.
Also my daughter, you know, I probably never know the real true story there, but you know, supposedly she was accidentally shot by another guy there with a gun.
I feel like teenagers, when they want to get into trouble, they find a way to do it.
Right.
Even if you have strict parents. I know.
It's because, man, you can be strict, but you can't be too strict, bro. You gotta let them fall and bump their head a couple times, pick them up. You see, this is why you don't do that. You know, I'm not gonna be here to help you. I can't help you all the time. Okay, you know, make smarter decisions. They go out, bump their head, pick them up again. Hey, second time I picked you up, man. You can't keep doing this. Like you gotta coach them up, bro.
You know, firsthand, I had the strict parents of my friend group, and we still found ways to get into trouble. But do you think games offer anything positive? Because to me, when I look at it, it just seems like when you sign up for that lifestyle, you're pretty much signing up for incarceration or death, or.
But it depends. It depends on. Sometimes it depends on the love you getting at home. Sometimes that sense of belonging is not at home. Like, yeah, you might be loved, but there was like, how these motherfuckers just tolerate me. They love me, but you know they don't like me that much. You know what I'm saying? So
you might be rich at certain points when you make a play, but for the most part, you're gonna keep losing that and have setbacks. Did you think it brought anything positive to your son's life?
No, and he had a good home life. You know, he had me. He didn't actually have his biological father in his life much, but once I got married, he had, you know, stepdad, and he did not have a family home life.
I know, like,
okay.
if you ask, like,
nip that in the bud, but for some people it's like that though. Some people be sensing that sense of brotherhood, belongingness, you know.
Hardcore Republicans, they'll say like the reason gangs happen is the absence of fathers in the household. What do you think about that?
Well, I was lucky enough to have.
It's some truth to that though. It's some truth to that because yeah, you got a father figure, but it's not your father. You know, it's not your father, so it hit a little different.
My dad, like I said, my older kids, their dad was never really around. I know it makes a difference, obviously, but it seems just to be so common now that I don't think most of us that have grown up on the north side really give it much of a thought. I mean, I can't speak for anybody else.
It just become kind of normal and ingrained. Yeah. There's a lot.
But see, self-consciously, like you think about it like, man, I don't give a fuck about my dad. But then again, self-conscious, you like, damn, I probably wouldn't be in. So self-consciously, it fucks you up, bro. For real. Not having your father like a blood.
What kind of advice would you give to them as they're pursuing some of their options in life?
Well, you know, and I've gotten to have a lot of good relationships with a lot of my kids as their friends since they passed away.
Mm-hmm.
I see things a lot differently now. I mean, I would give anything to have my kids back, and you know, obviously I would never wish this on anybody, but I do think it's humbled me in a way that I can relate to them more. I understand them more. I think a lot of them feel comfortable talking to me, and I think they, you know, feel better talking with me just because they feel closer to CJ, because my son, you know, I had a lot of friends, and I would just, you know, tell them to set an example for
them real friends right there. Them friends that come and check up on your mama if you get locked up or something happened to you. That's genuine friendship, bro.
For my kids that are here, and let them see what they can do with themselves, you know, because that would make them very proud.
Is there high poverty rates in Rapid City?
Yes, definitely.
High. Okay. Because I think that's one of the magic questions. How do you bring economic opportunities back to an area like this? We've had so many jobs in this country go overseas and never come back. So like, to me, that's the thing, is like, how do you reverse the wheel that is spinning?
I think Kenny is a good one for this question. He owns this business and he's hired several people, and he might have some input on that just because he's given.
Well, see, that's the crazy part, because I think that's what Trump is trying to do, though. I think he's trying to bring jobs, like factory jobs, different factory jobs back. I don't know.
People multiple chances and still does.
I think that'd be great, though.
One of the lucky ones out of the whole group of guys I was with. I mean, I was considered one of the original TBC guys. And
that's one of the most notorious gangs in the north side?
Yeah.
TBZ is slang for the boys, and this is the name of one of the most feared native gangs in the country. And with roots that run deep in South Dakota and Minnesota, TBZ has both power in the streets and the penitentiary. Captain Tony Harrison, chief investigator for Pennington County Sheriff's Office in Rapid City, says that he has seen photos of toddlers dressed in gang attire and that it's not uncommon to see boys as young as 8 and 10 throwing up gang signs. Eric and Kenny were among the founding members of TBZ decades ago, but against all odds, both are now leading lives that give back, and they use their lessons of their dark past to try and create a hopeful future for the youth.
Sometimes, man, that I don't know if they all been in jail, but sometimes that time is what a lot of people need too. Sit down, man. Think about your life.
Yeah.
Sometimes that shit's needed.
My brother.
Whether it's 5 years, 10 years, 20 years.
It started out with like over a dozen of us. Out of all of, I mean, almost every one of them went to prison but me.
How did you avoid prison?
Damn.
Well, I think, you know, one of the things that stuck in my head around that time was my mom. My mom started going to meetings. She started going to AA meetings. And at that time, I used to look at her like, oh man, she must be really messed up. She's got to go to meetings. She's got to do
And it's
extra
over
things
him.
to stay sober. And my whole thing was backwards. That was when I was in my drinking time too. And for me, it was like, that was one of the things I came back to when I did sober up. And it was getting in a relationship at that time that helped me kind of come out of that rut. And then kids, that was the other thing.
Oh, kids are important, bro. But hey, choose your girl wisely. Choose your girl wisely.
And that kind of opened my eyes up to my drinking and my drugging. And one thing led to another. And next thing you know, I've been doing this for over 30 years. And that's what keeps me motivated, is my work. And throughout all that whole time, I've stumbled a few times. I went back out there and tried it again. That lasted a short time. But I knew what was better at that time. I guess that's the core of it for me, is getting some kind of a structure in your life to go to.
Facts.
You're positive.
Facts. But see, as you get older, a lot of that stuff disappears though. Like in high school and like grammar school and stuff, you got like the little stuff your parents put you in, but as you get older, that stuff dwindles. And then once you get into the real world, a lot of these jobs don't be really trying to hire you for real. They be hiring their friends and shit, all kind of stuff. Family and friends get in first, and then they start hiring regular people.
And for me, it's meetings, my business, my relationships. You know, today it's better, but it took me a long time to get to this point.
It's amazing how many times it can take doing the same shit over and over to learn the lesson properly.
Yeah.
It be like that sometimes, man. Sometimes you don't get the lesson right away. You know what I'm saying?